Hey everybody, welcome to our weekly Word of Encouragement. For our Word of Encouragement today, let me ask you a question. How many times? Maybe you've used that question. Maybe you've been on the receiving end of that question. How many times? How many times do I have to tell you to clean your room? How many times do I have to tell you to take out the trash? How many times do I have to tell you to pay the bills? How many times? You know, we find that question in the Bible in Matthew 18. Peter comes to Jesus and he says, Lord, how many times do I have to forgive my brother? I mean, if you have a brother, you understand that question. If you have siblings, you understand that question. If you are breathing, you understand that question. How many times? Peter said, is 7 enough? Because the rabbi said, surely 3 is enough. So Peter said, how about 7? Jesus responded and said, not 7 times, but 77 times. Some translations even say 70 times 7, 490 times. Seems a little unrealistic, doesn't it? Lord, you mean to tell me if someone stabs me in the back or does me wrong or abuses me or mistreats me or my boss overlooks me or my coworker gossips about me or my mom or my dad, my parents, my spouse, that seems a little unrealistic. Here's the thing. If Jesus would have said 7, when 8 came around, bam, we would have felt justified. If Jesus would have said 77 times, when 78 rolled around, bam, we would have felt justified. If Jesus would have said 490, when 491 rolls around, bam, we would have felt justified because we could retaliate, we could respond. In our legalistic record keeping, we would have done what we were asked to do. What was it that Paul said in 1 Corinthians 13, love keeps no record of wrongs. So here's what I think the answer means. Lord, how many times? I think Jesus' answer suggests you forgive an infinite amount of times. An infinite amount of times? Wow. You know who suffers the most when you don't forgive? You do. The worst prison in the world is the prison of an unforgiving heart, and some of the most miserable people I know are unable to extend forgiveness to others. Is that you? Are you unable to forgive someone today? Do you need to forgive someone today? You know, after that question, Jesus told a parable about forgiveness, and at the end of that parable, he said that God forgives us the same way we forgive others. So if we're not willing to extend forgiveness to other people, God in heaven is thinking, why should I extend forgiveness to you? Let me close with this illustration from the great theologian Don Henley of the Eagles. He had a solo album called The Heart of the Matter, and he sings that song and says, I've been trying to get down to the heart of the matter, but I think it's about forgiveness. Forgiveness. Reach out to someone today and extend forgiveness. It will change them, and I know it will change you. And when you forgive, you look just like God. I hope you have a great week.